Hi everyone, I'm Priyanka. I am part of Ashwasan. Today I wanted to share with you my journey in Ashwasan and how I have found hope in my life. Um, well, if I have to talk the journey, it's quite a lot, but I still wanted to share key milestone that I've achieved or rather I'm going through, uh, which probably many people can relate to and connect to when you go through your journey. Um, I think from the beginning of my life, I recognized myself as a child or a person who always wished to seek something beyond the human physicality. And I tried everything possible starting from a very young age to actually discover the truth of life. Unfortunately, I could not find a place or a space which facilitate a unconditional environment for me to find that answer. So I tried meditation. I tried you name it. I have done all spiritual window shopping to actually find that answer for myself. And at some point I also recollect today that I kind of felt completely hopeless with the fact that I'm not going to find that answer, or I'm not going to find that place where I feel comfortable and I feel myself. Somewhere I felt the world is going in a certain direction, and my approach or my views towards this life is very different, and I always felt left out, and I always felt like I'm an odd man out. Why do I think different from others? Why do I have certain passion and purpose which majority of the people say that, look, it's not worth pursuing it, none of that. And this happened around 10 years ago, and as I mentioned, little did I know as in how to go about it. So I continued to move on with my journey, and I finished my education. I got married, and to be honest, married life was pretty hard on me, and I went through a very bad phase, and I could not put up with that relationship. So I was going through a divorce. So when that personal tragedy hit me is when I actually hit the rock bottom of my life, and I felt that, look, I don't have anything to look forward. And I'm just talking purely experiential, please take the right perspective. And I felt, life has no meaning, and probably there is nothing that I can look forward. I studied psychology, and I was a psychologist, and I worked in various MNCs. But that was not fetching me happiness or a purpose or a meaning in my life. And when this tragedy hit me, or when I was going through this divorce proceeding, I was completely heartbroken, and I was very suicidal, and I felt that life is not going to treat you well, and things are over. That's the time I actually search for organizations or people where I can volunteer my time, because those days I used to think like volunteering in an NGO is being purposeful, being meaningful in life. And that's when I found Ashwasan, and the first time when I looked at their detail, I felt that they treat people with psychiatric conditions like depression, schizophrenia, borderline personality disorder, or various disorders. So I was very intrigued at that point in time, as in, look, I spent seven years in studying and working and researching and building my scientific life, but somebody here says that a spiritual technology or a spiritual methodology can actually cure depression. And I was a patient of depression at that point in time, and I was very dull and hopeless, and I felt that probably I should try it on myself and see where this will take me. That's how I actually reached the doorstep of Ashwasan. And honestly, when I reached Ashwasan and when they explained to me, I could find a synergy, I could find a wavelength, as in all my search of all my years of my life. I felt like it's coming to an end. I felt home. I felt like I reached home. And this is a unexplainable phenomena wherein I can't tell you how I felt, but I felt like everything is familiar, everything is part of me. And I did take sessions, and My practitioner told me nothing but other than you have to take care of yourself. So I was a little perplexed at that time, as in, is that why I came here? Is that why I spend my time and energy here? But honestly, that one session changed my life. There's nothing obvious at a physical level, but I could feel a deep, serene sense in my spirit that day, where I felt like, look, everything is going to be taken care of. You don't have to worry, or you don't have to go through this miseries, but something above these miseries, which is your spirit, which is going to guide your life. Today I can articulate this message to you, but that day this is not how I was speaking. It's been 4.5 years, but today I can share with you this is what I felt that day. And since that moment till now, the feeling has been the same, and there's no change in how I'm feeling. And what I found in Ashwasan is unconditional support for your spirit. Because when I was going through depression at that point in time, I felt totally alone. I felt totally left out. I felt that the world is not going to be there with me. And when the space touched me, I felt there is somebody with me. I felt somebody's always going to be there with me. It was a life-changing journey for me. And today when I look back, I feel that many people have to go through this. I feel that every person deserve to be touched by your own inner self. Well, there are many things that is available in world which actually tell you, like, as I shared, I did meditation, I did many methodologies which can help me connect to myself. But today, when I'm talking to you, honestly, I didn't learn anything. I didn't get any new wisdom. I don't have any intellectual realization or whatsoever. Today, when I'm standing and talking to you, I feel that, this journey helped me to be a plain human being, which helped me connect to my own self. And the self that I always had, as a child, I was very bubbly, chirpy, vivacious, and very outgoing and fearless child. But life took me in a wrong direction. I don't want to say wrong direction, but life took me in a way where I have to completely suppress myself, or I could not express my true self to the world. And here at Ashwasan, I could feel that Ashwasan as a space allowed me an opportunity to discover that side of me which I buried deep within. And I was numbed out. While I was going through all these phases of my life, I felt so numbed out because I could not make sense of this world. I could not understand what is going on, or rather, how to do it or what to do it. So today, with more clarity, I can speak to you all, and I can share with you that this is a journey where it's worth taking. And journey is not about hunky-dory games or having visualization or having dreams. It's about you facing your pain. It's about you connecting to what you buried so deep within. It's about just taking those baggages and throwing out of you. And without Ashwasan's support and Rashmi's support, I don't think it's possible. And what I admire here in this place is that the space allowed me to follow myself. I'm not following anyone. I'm not following any teaching. I'm not following any belief system. And Ashwasan is not standing for spirituality in a worldly sense. And this is an unconditional space that I have seen which accommodate each and every human life in its own creative force, in its own creative design, and in whichever format it is. And it actually allow a person to go back in its own path and time. So when I'm going through this journey, as I started to discover myself, I also discovered that I was going through a degenerative condition. I suffered with a condition called trigeminal neuralgia, which is a uncontrollable chronic pain, which I always felt like, I just can't bear it anymore. So the pain will start from here, it actually travels down here, and I went to many dentists to ask, maybe I have a root canal treatment, or but doctor said, okay, we'll go for it. And I did go to many doctors, but they could not find out, what exactly the reason. And uh, later on, when I went to a neurologist, is when neurologist diagnosed it as neuralgia, and I was very helpless, because when the pain comes, you just feel like killing yourself, because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to deal with it. And uh, well, I took medicines at that point in time, but I sought Ashwasan for help, and I took Life Force healings for a month. And today I don't have neuralgia. After a month, that pain completely vanished, and I am able to feel, why I went into that degenerative pattern of my body. And today I'm aware of what I've been through, and how my body is responding. And I don't have those attacks anymore, and I am completely out of it. And well, as I shared in the beginning, I can go on and talk a lot, but I wanted to share with you people, that if at all you feel that you're stopped, and you're left in darkness, and you're looking for a meaning, or you're looking for light in your life, probably you can find a way back through the space. And Ashwasan is formless. If at all you're trying to identify this as an organization, well, it's an organization, but it's a space created by nature, where each and every person in this world can come back and experience themselves. So thank you so much for being part of my journey, and helping me, face life and become a wonderful human being. Today, honestly, that's the only thing left with me, and whatever I have learned before, I am unlearning right now, and which is actually allowing me to go deeper and deeper with myself, and just see and feel and experience who I am, which I feel the greatest blessing of my life. So thank you so much, and if you have any questions, please reach back to us. Thank you so much.